Good morning.
Hi, this is Renee and Kent Miller.
We're going to talk short about deception and how it's used as a teaching or learning tool. This is in chapter 5, page 117, 118, but the word deception can be misused in many terms.
It's a highly movable term. So deception is not always a negative thing. And just because when you do start to meditate for spiritual communication, or if you already are, just because you say I'm calling in only the higher frequencies or only the higher entities, or that you're protecting yourself with the white light, does not mean that that is what you're going to get.
That's correct. I mean, you can do a white light protection. It might protect you, but it won't keep you from being deceived to learn what you need to learn.
And so when we're talking about deceptive entities, they really fall into two categories. One, you have the true deceptive entity who means to take you off your path and distract you from your own transformation.
Because they don't want you to succeed on your path to learning. They want to move you out of it until you go off chasing rabbits.
The other is a tactic that is used by the true spiritual guides as a learning tool. So we have to be constantly aware that we can be deceived. And the ones who mean to take us off of our path,
they're not integrous.
They're not integrous. Yeah. So they lack the integrity to honor your request to speak to only a higher being or a higher vibrational being.
Well, the spiritual guides that want to use deception as a learning tool, after you've been off chasing whatever you think you're chasing, you come back and you say, have I been deceived? They'll be truthful with you. They'll tell you, yes. Well, have you learned anything?
So it is used as a learning tool, and it's not used to get you off your path, but rather it is used to teach you and to show you something that is the tactic is used outside the normal teaching parameters, but it is still a teaching tool. So don't narrow your thinking. Even when we're deceived, we learn.
Yeah, so not all deception is bad. You want to explain the points of not all deception is bad?
So deception can be a part truth. So part of the information you receive can be true, while other parts are not necessarily true. Or one that is a big one for us is that they either intentionally leave off part of a truth, so you think you have the whole enchilada, or we assume that we have, and this is the biggest one, we assume that we have the whole truth.
And you know what happens when you assume?
Yes.
Well, anyhow, we're told that life itself, as you think you should live life, it is a deception of how you think life should be lived.
And
for
it's
those that
also,
haven't learned.
Life is a deception in that the way that we perceive life here on Earth is not really what is actually happening. So in that, our perception is a deception in itself.
Yeah.
And so we're constantly in a state of trying to find truth, and that's where we should be.
And so once you are deceived, and then you have to learn, you have to find the reasoning behind that deception to learn what it took to get you to understand the learning process.
And that's the qualifier for using deception as a teaching tool. And so there are many sides to perception. There's many angles to seeing the truth. And as soon as you put up parameters of what teaching should be, then you may be leaving out
stuff in the box.
Right. You may be leaving out vital parts of a way of finding truth.
Yeah.
And so deception can be a path to truth if you learn.
If you learn,
and
that's the big thing.
That's the big caveat there.
If you have a burning desire to find truth in this life, then you will be shown a path, or more than one path even, that you can take to obtain that truth. But you have to use discernment. Discernment is so
always
important.
Yeah,
and
always.
you have to learn how to use discernment. It doesn't come automatically in one night. It comes in time.
And you have to understand these fluid lines between truth and between deception. These are movable lines. And so it's not always a negative thing. And so even though we feel betrayed if we have been deceived, just know that when you get into this arena of spiritual communication, you just always have to be aware that this can happen.
Yeah. When you do understand, when you do have learning take place, it can be profound in what you, I don't want to say what you understand because you're still learning, but it's profound in what you now realize.
It produces a profound understanding. It has the potential, I should say, of producing a profound understanding, depending on your effort that you put into finding the facts and the truth and connecting the dots to find a more perfect truth.
Remember, truth is movable. What you find out, the truth today, what you finally realize, oh, this is the truth. Tomorrow, it can change because as you find out more about the event that you're getting the truth about, once that event information comes out, you learn more about it, then your truth changes.
And we're always peeling back those layers of the onion to find a deeper and deeper truth. We will never have the full truth.
Not in this life.
And so for those who have done a lot of reading of spirituality and think they have the truth, I can be assured you don't.
No, I can too. So
it is just a process, and it is ever going. And once we have mastered this world here on Earth,
it's just this life.
This is just our basic kindergarten learning. So we actually go on somewhere else and we begin that stage process, all over again, just like moving from kindergarten to first grade.
But only if you're willing to learn. So if you want to get promoted to first grade, you got to learn everything here.
Yes.
So what is the visionary tactic?
The visionary's tactic is not based on all things that are real. A visionary's tactic may be based on what qualifies to be used to obtain a true understanding in a literal sense. And so just be aware that it's not necessarily something to be afraid of. We don't like to be tricked. We don't like to be deceived. But sometimes we learn very valuable lessons.
Yeah, we hate to be told that you've lived for 40, 50, 60, 70 years and you have not lived in truth. You have not learned. That's like saying, well, I spent 7 years, I haven't learned anything. Don't take it that way.
It's
never too old to learn.
It's not time lost.
There is no time. There is no such thing as time. We make our own time as mankind.
So keep your eyes open.
Yes.
Do your homework.
Yeah, and if you do your homework, you'll find it. At least you'll find the path, the beginning of the path to truth.
And it takes tenacity.
It takes time.
It takes time, and it takes stamina.
Yeah.
And you'll find it.
Yes, you will. Anyhow, this is a short clip that we're just throwing this out today. But you have a great week.
We have a corresponding blog, and that is on our website, verdience.com.
And we're going to join a book group.
Yes.
Monday night.
So we have sent out an email for those who are on our blog email list of this. It's an online free book study, and it's beginning Monday, September 17th at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It is free, and if you want to know more about it, check out our Facebook site. I have it posted. We have it posted on Facebook.
Yeah, a book club has decided to use our book that we put together and study it.
And it's through Zoom.
We'll learn something from it also, I think.
And we will be available for questions. So that's exciting, and you'll be able to send us some questions. Please keep it related to the material that is being covered. It's starting at the first and second page of the book, and that would correspond to the blog on the website. Mm-hmm. They have all been separated out into playlists. So you can go into the playlist section and go to chapter 1, and it would be the first title under 1, which corresponds to the subtitle in the book. And so the way that this book club is going to work is that they're going to start with start with the YouTube and the video, and then they're going to read the blog. And then there'll be open discussion, and then we will answer any questions.
And we know what most of the book means, but we are there to learn also, because we are students along with teachers. We are students in our own self and teachers within our own self.
We're
there to learn also.
We're still trying to decipher some of this information. But if you are interested, check out our Facebook. That is The Augmentation of Man, A Study in Renaissance. And the contact information will be there, and you can, it'll be done through Zoom. Okay?
Take care. Hope to see you soon.
Have a good week. Peace be with you on your path.